Hey, I'm Joe Pfaff.
And I'm Matt Hammond. And this is Deer Camp. Joe, I'm excited today. This is going to be a good episode because you told me we were finally hear the story of your first kill of your deer.
Yes,
It wasn't your first deer hunt.
No,
it was your first successful deer hunt.
Yes.
You've been hinting at this for weeks and you just won't tell me. So I'm excited. Please, what have you done? What did you do on your first deer hunt? Successful.
Oh. I remember starting hunting first. I didn't think it was all that great sitting in the cold woods and stuff like that. But then as time went on, I appreciated the art of it and just going along with it. But my first kill was pretty interesting. It was a deep snowy day during a drive. People had to walk through the woods and just drive all these deer out. And I'm just sitting there 16 years old with my little 20 gauge shotgun.
So people walked through the snow
Yes.
to get to make the deer run?
Yes.
Because they bed down in the snow, don't they? They like that weather.
Mm-hmm.
So they would just walk through to get them out.
Yeah, well, during the drive, we just kick those deer up, and we have people set up farther down that would either shoot that deer or the drivers would shoot that deer.
Okay.
So I'm sitting on my hill in a tree stand. I didn't know what was coming, and then out of nowhere, this deer comes about 12 feet away from me. And then I'm staring at it, and he's staring at me.
It was a buck?
It was a buck. It
Okay.
was an 8-point buck.
Wow.
It was beautiful.
Nice.
And then I'm just thinking, I freaked out. I'm like, I didn't move. It didn't move. So I quickly pulled my gun out, shot at it. Didn't go down right away, but ran away. And then, but blood, everything, and that. We tracked it down. Eventually, we found it. And when that was the first experience, I remember being 16, then had the deer back at the house, back in the sod farm, and then we gutted it. Interesting experience, especially organs, blood everywhere. And then we actually, out of a tradition, we drank the blood.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we drank the blood.
You drank it?
Yes.
Like shot glasses or?
A cup. Like a coffee cup, a metal coffee cup. Got it in there, got some blood out in there, and we just drank a whole cup of it.
A good amount.
Yeah. You ever see Red Dawn? They did that in there, too.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And then we took the bloody hands of us and wiped it in our face.
Couldn't do that.
I mean, I think it's more of a cultural thing. Like when I talk about it to people more in the city, they just look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Like that, but
It's understandable.
I mean, up north that's almost like custom though too. And I remember drinking it. It was just really salty and stuff like that. Like I didn't like.
Is it like human? Like iron? Have you ever licked a paper cut or something?
Yeah, I don't think I ever drank that much human blood at once.
You can get a feel for it.
I suppose, but
I don't lick the paper cut. 'Cause
it was a whole
tastes
cup
like
of
iron.
blood. A whole cup.
Did you get sick?
No, I didn't get sick. I remember we went out for chicken that day, and then
After?
Yeah, and that's actually when I had my first beer too. My dad got that for me.
16-year-old beer.
Yeah, I thought I earned it.
Well, that situation, I would say you earned it.
That justifies. I mean, you look at it now, in today's society, that's like a rite of passage back like up north, or at least in the more rural areas. But I appreciate that part of my life. I learned a lot for myself. But you've been a fan of hunters too yourself.
Yeah. My dad is actually an avid deer hunter. He's been deer hunting since I can remember. He actually makes his own arrows and bows, so it's pretty cool.
Do you mostly bow hunt?
Yeah, I've never gone gun hunting.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would enjoy that more because it's less waiting, sitting around. If you see a deer when you're bow hunting, if they're not close enough, you can't do anything about it. Gun hunting, you have a little more freedom, But my first experience deer hunting, not nearly as eventful as yours. It was memorable though because I remember telling my dad when we were scouting, I think we should put our tree stands there. And I pointed to a tree, and he said, "No, I've been scouting this for a while, and we need to put them right here in this tree." So I was like, "Okay, I really don't know much." So we put him in the tree that he said. Next day we came back real early in the morning. It was freezing, which also I don't really like that about hunting. It's so cold, and you're just sitting there.
It's part of the endurance.
It is. You need to get used to it. Mm-hmm. But so we're in the tree, and I say, "Dad, there's a deer," and is right in front of the tree that I said we should go in, that he said, no, this is the tree. I'm the experienced hunter.
Always happens. Wow.
And he's trying to turn around and get a shot, but there's a branch right here. So he's trying to real quietly break it, and then he finally just snaps it and the deer takes off. So the whole time I'm sitting there like, well, I told you really where we should go. He didn't listen to me. So that was my first deer hunt that I can really remember. I've never actually been in the deer hunt where he got one, which, I mean, it's still good to like bond and everything.
Yeah.
So
That's what I value the most out of that. Sadly, I didn't get to go this year, but what's kind of funny, like the spot I usually hunt in every year, my dad went to that spot this year, and he got what is supposed to be the 5th largest buck in Wisconsin.
Wow.
Because of that. It's had like 14 points or something. That
Wow.
huge rack too, but it was beautiful though.
I think this would be a good time to also talk about real briefly safety while hunting.
Yeah.
My dad went hunting a couple years ago alone, and he never carried his phone on him. He would just leave it in the car, and he climbed up there, and I was at work, and I got a call from my mom saying that as he was trying to throw the safety harness around the tree to actually belt himself in, that he fell backwards, and he was about 25 feet up. And so he falls backwards, lands straight in his pack, broke his back in like 3 areas, and he said he woke up when it was already dark out. And he said, I need to get up because there's no one's with him. He can't call anybody. So he gets up, walks to his truck while dragging his stuff because he couldn't leave anything.
Yeah.
And called the ambulance. They came. And, of course, the first thing they say when they get in an ambulance is, okay, we got to cut your sweater off. And he said, no, it's brand new. I don't want it cut. It's perfect hunting sweater. So they had to pull it off. He had spinal fusion surgery.
Ooh.
So the following year, though, he went back hunting, same tree, and killed a buck. So safety first. You need to be safe.
Safety is always important, especially when we're dealing with firearms
Yeah.
around. I mean, especially in Wisconsin, it's such a big thing up north and here. I mean,
Yeah.
you got,
We hear accidents all the time,
Yeah.
and it's not good. They're all preventable.
but it's such a big thing, part of our culture. We need to learn how to do it safely and then also do it.
Yeah.
But like,
So your story is just nuts. I can't believe that you actually drank blood. Another quick one that I went on, it was funny. The last time I went, it was about 2 years ago, and I told my dad, okay, I'll go with you, because I felt bad and everything, because I never go with him, and he fell a couple years back. And so I went with him. He put me in my own tree, and I'm sitting there just freezing, dreading every second about agreeing to it, because I had stuff I could do, schoolwork, work. And I'm sitting there, and 10 minutes in, I'd see all these deer start to walk by, and I'm like, you're too far away, and I couldn't do anything about it. So, like that instance, if I was like a firm hunter, a gun would have been really nice because it would have been totally doable.
well,
You know?
what I love most about it is just the atmosphere, just getting bonding with people, like
Yeah.
going up with my cousins and brother and father and stuff like that. It's just cooking, stuff like that. But we'll have to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, okay. We're going to take a short break for now and go. We're going to go to a package. It's about a bait shop, and I think it'll be pretty interesting to see how everything works in the fishing industry. So,
I'm excited to see it.
so am I.
Let's watch.
ANC Line Bait Shop has been here ever since 1968, and we started fishing out. My father started fishing out because he would work at night at third shift. He didn't want to go to sleep. My mother was selling fish already, so his buddies told him, get a couple buckets, let's try to sell some bait. And the next thing you know, it's history. He outsold my mother, and now we here 45 years later. When you're fishing in Lake Michigan, when you're shore fishing, you need what they call a casting spoon. This is the casting spoon you would use, and this would be for salmon and trout. This would be for Chinooks. And this is just an ordinary spoon that you use. If you're fishing at night, which we fish off McKinley Marina also, this is called a moon glow lure. This lure right here lights up at night. Then if you were fishing, let's say on a boat, they have what they call flutter spoons. This spoon is lighter than these spoons, and that's because when you're on a boat fishing with this, you'll use what they call downriggers, and a downrigger has the weight to it, and when the fish hit this, it'll snap it loose, and it'll run its own course. It'll go the way it needs to go. And then you move over here, when you're fooling with catfish, catfish usually bite artificial bait, and the artificial bait would be stink bait, which is made out of cheese, Limburger cheese, and they use this with an artificial worm, which would include these. So this and this go together. This is your best cat bait, especially as a novice. You don't know how to catch cats. This is catch cats. Then they also have stuff for if you fish in the parks. This is what you call a dough bait. And you use this for catfish also. Catfish, trout are biting. Now we're moving into the panfish stuff. Panfish are a bluegill, such as like this. This is a panfish. A bluegill or a crappie. That's a panfish. Panfish are considered fish that'll fit in a pan. Game fish are the much bigger fish. The salmon, the bass, they won't fit in a pan, so that's why they're not panfish. So your panfish stuff, you start out with your hooks. Hooks usually start at a number 8, and they go all the way to a 2-eye, which is a pretty big hook. And this would be for like a walleye dough. So when you're pan fishing, you're gonna need these hooks. You're gonna need your weights. This is the basic stuff for pan fishing: hooks, weights, and also your bobbers. And we have the bobbers. That would be just a beginner to get you going right there. With that right there and a box of worms, you can have all the fun you want in a park. You know, this is good for park fishing because one thing, in the park the water's not deep and it won't snag up, so you won't be losing your hooks and stuff like that. All right, here we go. Now, minnow of this size right here, this is a universal minnow right here. We've used this particular minnow. It's called a medium fathead, and we use these for walleye and perch down on the lakefront under the home bridge. Going to the next size minnow we carry. We carry this minnow right here. This is a small minnow for perch also, but we usually carry this for bluegills and crappies. This is called a small fathead. Then you go into the next minnow. These are golden shiners, and this one's going to catch the biggest fish out there for you. The northerns love them, trout love them, and then we catch a lot of salmon off of these right here. And this is primarily a good bait for the river in Lake Michigan out on McKinley Marina. Those are golden shiners. This would be what you call your starter reel. This is a push button reel. This particular reel carries 10-pound test, and you can use this for everything from a small panfish up to like a medium-sized bass. And this reel has 10-pound line on it. They usually come spooled already. Then your next size up would be this particular reel. This particular reel comes with 15 pound. It's another push button reel, and you can catch everything from bass up to catfish with this particular reel. And these are what you call starter reels, and that's because they're called closed face. Closed face means you can't see the line. This is a closed face reel. These are open face reels. And a starter open face reel would run you roughly about 23 bucks. This is what you would call a starter open face reel. These are around 23 bucks. And when you get into reels like this, the more expensive ones, you can run a particular reel like this from $200 to another $100 here. So you could get one 300 bucks if you want to spend that kind of money. If you're constantly using it all the time, a hardcore fisherman, and we have those reels, particular reels. Moving on from that, over here to these worm boxes. This is what you call a bait carrier. Bait carrier is good for if you pick your own worms or if you don't want to run to the bait dealer all the time. You get you one of these, and then you can buy your worms all at once, keep them in here, and they'll live for you. You don't have to keep running back and forth to the bait shop. You might want to get up in the morning, go fishing. You don't want to worry at the bait shop. Bait carrier. Then moving on from that, you gotta have a vest to keep up with your equipment. You know, we buy a lot of little hooks and stuff like that, so you need a vest so you don't lose all your little hooks, your little bobbers and lights in it, and keep your fishing license in it and things of that nature. So when you're done with all that, you're gonna need something to catch the fish with. You're gonna need a net. A net of this size, this is what we call a panfish net. That's a panfish net. This is what we call a salmon net. The reason why this is salmon net, bigger, heavier duty handle, bigger hoop, deeper net. You need a big net like this when you're catching big fish, because usually when you catch them, they flop around. And if that net is not deep enough, such as this is super deep, if the net's not deep enough, he'll hit the bottom of it and bounce right back out.
Wow, the oldest bait shop in the Midwest. That's impressive.
You know, they have a lot of fishing supplies, but I didn't see anything about boat fishing. I guess it's just not that popular here. However, I did go one time, and it was pretty fun. I've never actually told you this story.
Yeah.
Bow fishing, I don't know if you know anything about it. You use a bow, so you need to be semi-experienced with the bow.
You're big on the bow.
Yeah, I think it's one of the coolest weapons.
It's a very personal weapon, I
It
think,
is.
is my point.
And it's strategy. You need practice. But bow fishing, your arrow, it's a lot longer than a normal arrow, and the point has barbs on it. So once it goes in, there's barbs going like that and towards you. And the goal, it's attached to not a nylon, yeah. Well, some of them are nylon. It's a nylon cable. So when you shoot the arrow, it's attached to your bow, and you just shoot at the carp, because carp overrun lakes and everything. Mm-hmm. So you got to shoot the carp, but it's hard because the water, they're not actually where you think they are. You have to shoot like really far in front of them.
Because the light reflects.
Yeah, the reflections and everything. You can't really tell where they are. So you got to be pretty accurate and just fast. So when you get them, it's pretty cool because you actually have to pull them in by hand. But it's fun. It's entertaining. I've only gone a couple times, but I think I would definitely do it again. So I would have to buy the supplies.
Where did you go bow fishing at?
I think it was Lake Nagawicca. I'm not 100% on that. I'm not 100% sure. My parents took me, so I was like 10 or 15. So
it sounds really fun.
It was fun. You should definitely try it if you ever have the chance.
I saw a man doing that once while we were camping once. But
really?
Yeah, that was up in Sturgeon Bay. And so I think you go camping all the time in Sturgeon Bay.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I saw you.
No, it wasn't me.
Oh.
I actually went to Sturgeon Bay on my honeymoon with my wife in 2011.
Beautiful wife. Yes.
Yeah, you've met my wife.
Yeah,
many times.
She's lovely.
I know. Yeah, Sturgeon Bay. We go camping in Peninsula State Park there every June or so. It's really creepy actually though, because like June 3rd, nobody's there.
Really?
So it's just us in our tent. And when there's a huge campground around you that's totally empty, it gets really creepy at night.
Like a horror movie.
It's like a horror. That's what I said to my wife. I said, you know how many movies I've seen that this exact thing is happening? And she just gets all mad and says, be quiet. I don't even want to think about that. But at the same time, it's really peaceful because you can actually, you can like play music if you want to. You can talk loudly. You don't have to be all quiet and everything. But we have this pact. We do the buddy system if we ever have to go to the bathroom or anything because we just don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to walk around. Well, she doesn't. I really don't care that much. But she's terrified of the dark and stuff. But also, being like college students, we don't have the most money when we go there. So
yeah.
I probably shouldn't tell you this, but whenever there's like cut down tree, the dead trees that are cut down, they're already cut down. We go over and maybe just grab some of them and use it for firewood.
So naughty.
Yeah, we're college students. Firewood's it's like $50 for a
no, it's ridiculous.
What do they call it? I don't even know.
The bundle. Bale.
There's a bundle and something else. A cord. That's what it is.
You mean a coin?
A cord.
Cord.
It's a cord. I promise.
I used to sell firewood. I was not good at it.
that's why, because you call them a coin.
I guess not.
But Sturgeon Bay is really nice that time of year. We go canoeing up there. Mm-hmm. We can rent a canoe for about $20 and you get it all day. There's islands out there that you can actually canoe to. So if you're just one-on-one with like your girlfriend, because I know you have a lovely girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Isn't today your anniversary?
It is.
That's great. Happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you.
But you guys should go up there sometime. Get a canoe or a paddle boat. They make bicycle boats now.
Yeah,
you actually pedal.
Yeah.
Those are pretty. I haven't tried it, but they look really fun. Mm-hmm. And I'm a big biker, so I think that'd be entertaining.
I've been canoeing a few times. I actually went to the Boundary Waters up in Minnesota.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it was with the group. It was super fun. We go just canoeing just for 7 days and 7 nights, portaging, and it was just right on the border of Canada. So we actually, one day, we set up camp, and then we swam across the lake. It's about like a quarter mile over to Canada.
That must be dangerous.
So we illegally went into Canada. I don't know if it's
drinking illegally entering country.
I had a parent guardian at that time.
That's true. That is the law.
But the Canadian thing, maybe I shouldn't talk about that.
That's okay.
I said Canadian. That's not wrong.
It's okay.
Okay, it's fine.
One of my best friends is Canadian. He's cool.
Oh, that is
sometimes.
Cool. But like, I remember it was just so much fun. Like, I almost felt like I died one day of almost like it was raining and cold and freezing and there's no fire and everything. And then like, I felt like I was going to die, but I didn't.
on our honeymoon, we had to cut our camping trip short because it was our first time ever camping together, and usually it was like family trips and we'd have campers or something. So we were like, no, let's get a tent. Let's make this fun and real camping. We forgot the tarp.
Ooh.
So we put the wrong size tarp underneath, and it pouring rain.
Just flooded.
And we woke up the next morning and it was cold, and everything was soaked. And I was like, Sam, we have to leave. We cannot stay here. We can't dry this. There's no one here. It's like we can't hang it over a fire because everything's soaked. So that was rough. Didn't you have a bear story?
Yeah, camping can be dangerous. I was camping up in New York, up by Erie Lake, and camping there's a lot of black bears around. There was a black bear problem with where we were, and so like that was for a whole week, and just almost every day I saw a black bear. Then at one point there was a black bear like 25 feet away from me. Like I looked up and it was just there, just like sniffing me out. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? This is a black bear sniffing me out, checking me out. Do I run? You're not supposed to run. And
No,
then
you never run.
And then one instance, the bear actually stuck its head in the tent, sniffing around.
In the bear's head.
Yeah.
Through the zipper?
It was no, they were canvas tents, so it could just slide through. They weren't zippered up.
So you couldn't like pet it? Would you have tried?
I
I think
wouldn't
you
know.
would have tried.
You think I would pet a live bear?
You snuck into Canada in a lake. Yeah. Why not?
I live by the edge. By the edge.
Yeah.
Canada.
What happened with the bear?
The bear, I just froze still. I mean, what could you do in
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. That's how all of my situations in life that are weird.
Don't move, it won't see you.
Obviously, that movie was real.
Yeah. I mean, that's common T-Rex knowledge.
Yeah, but
And bear.
Yeah, but you just gotta be careful with bears because like they have really good scent. So like it's normal to just like hold. You gotta have a bear bag just to keep all your smells in. Just like even like lotions or shampoos or soaps or anything like that.
Bears are attracted to like everything.
Yeah.
And they get into everything. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
But, like we just had regular water jugs and they would slash that even too.
Just the water?
Yeah, they would just slash the water. They're surrounded by lakes.
So they just pretty much go for anything that might have a scent.
Exactly.
That's nuts. I was in Jellystone
Really?
with my parents, and we're driving around and we see everyone like kind of freaking out, and there was like this alarm going off and this ranger yelling, like get in your cars, and my dad rolls on the window and says, what's going on? The ranger says, there's a black bear walking around the park. I'm like, what? And I'm like, this is so cool. And I was like 10. That was the only good part about my out west trip. Other than that, I was so bored. But the black bear, the ranger continuously got in and out of our truck as it would like approach her because she's just trying to push it out of the park, the camping area, because it's a black bear. You don't want it around kids. So it's pretty cool because, I mean, I'm 10 years old. There's a real forest ranger there and a big bear. So it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah. In New York, the bear problem was so bad they had to bring people in and shooting them with rubber bullets.
Really?
Yeah, like almost
Didn't
every
just
day.
tranquilize it?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't like daylight too. Like this is at like a kind of like a campsite. The bear's
Yeah.
like in the dumpster, like has no fear of humans at all. Like just scrubbing food.
That'd be like I
It
can't
was-
even imagine a bear in your tent.
Yeah.
That would be terrifying.
It was terrifying. I was like 15 years old then too. Just imagine that. Like I'm big now, but like I was small then, and the bear's big.
Yeah, one of those growth spurts. I think that bear still would have gone in your tent.
The bear would have gone either way.
I don't know what I would have done. I think I probably would have just done the freeze thing too, and I would have thought of Jurassic Park.
Those bears are fearless though. Like
They are.
every day, bears would shoot that.
My dad, back to hunting briefly. My dad went bear hunting once, and
Ooh.
the bear he shot was climbing his tree, and he had nothing to do. He had to shoot this bear because it was climbing the tree just right towards him. So he said he freaked out and just and got it.
Was
It
that
just fell straight back, so no tracking.
They go down right away.
Oh yeah,
'Cause-
it went down. Well,
Sometimes
there's only one area you can hit when it's climbing towards you.
Oh.
It's not the shot you really want to get, but he had to do it. But yeah, I can't believe bears in New York. I can't even believe. I mean, I know
Well,
there's
not in
parts
New York
of
City.
Yeah,
It's,
I know that.
Yeah, north. It's by
That'd be
like Albany,
interesting.
sort of Erie Lake, and then we went to Niagara Falls after that.
Was
too.
that in like Boy Scouts or something?
Yeah, I was in Boy Scouts, and that was our trip that we did. And that was a fun trip. We went canoeing and whitewater rafting that day, rock climbing on a cliff surface, stuff like that.
Like a real cliff?
Yeah, like a real cliff.
Wow.
We had ropes and stuff like that.
That'd be
But
cool.
like, I don't know, during that time it was a really just like exciting stuff to do when you're 15, 14 years old.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. I would definitely do that. My sister lives in New York.
Does
Maybe
she?
next time I visit her, I'll go out there.
You should go rock climbing.
See if we can go rock climbing or camping, find some bears.
So, yeah, you don't want to miss it. Make sure you hide your smellables.
So where do you buy the bags?
I mean,
Like, are they called bear bags or something?
they're bear bags, but you can just put it in like a little knapsack and just put it in a
That makes
rudimentary pulley system and just pull it up.
Just pull it over a tree branch?
Yeah, you gotta make sure it's at least 7 feet in the air, or 10. I don't recall off the top of my head, but it's very important to do that.
Oh. Well, Joe, that's all the time we have tonight.
I think it's time we gather the firewood,
Grab our tiki torches,
cook the food.
and hit the road. Because
'Cause
this
this
is deer camp. So, bears happy.